Hi there and welcome to World Sport, live from CNN Centre. I'm Don Riddell. Lance Armstrong is the most decorated driver in cycling history, but this week he finds himself at something of a crossroads. The US anti-doping agency has accused him of cheating and is trying to strip him of his record 7 Tour de France titles. Earlier this week, Armstrong's final legal attempt to try to avoid having to deal with USADA failed. So what now? Is he going to have to face the music? Is it inevitable that he'll lose his titles? The ball's in Armstrong's court right now. What is he going to do next? Well, the cover of the next bicycling magazine, which hits the stands on September the 4th, reads, "The truth hurts. The long pursuit of Lance Armstrong may yield a verdict, but it won't bring justice." Joining me now to discuss the standoff is the magazine's own Peter Flax via Skype. Peter, thanks very much for joining us. Armstrong has a lot of thinking to do this week. What do you think he's going to do next?
Well, he's got 2 days to make 1 of 3 decisions. He can actually appeal that decision, but I don't think that's likely. I think more likely he's either going to move forward with the arbitration process or just decide to accept the decision from USADA. And I think he and his legal team are really huddling over that. And I'm not sure what his decision is going to be. Both have a lot of positives and negatives for him.
You get this doesn't think he can win. Is that right?
Yeah, I think, what he's looking at is, on one hand, he goes forward with arbitration, and almost certainly, I think he has good reason to think that USADA is going to offer judgment against him, or he can just accept the judgment, which means he'll have those titles likely stripped from him, but at least at that point, he can claim that he was the victim of a witch hunt, and for the people that believe in him and that back his foundation, he has, some basis to make those claims.
He's never failed a drugs test, has he? How does he find himself in this much trouble?
Well, I think a lot of people, the evidence against him is pretty strong. In USADA, in their process, got a lot of Lance's teammates to get immunity and then offer testimony about doping activities that they participated and witnessed. And I think the amount of information they have to make a claim that they have proof that Lance doped is pretty significant. And I think that's why there's so much interest in this. It's a mess, but I think they may finally have the goods on Lance.
Now, the headline for your article in your next magazine is "Injustice for All." Injustice for all. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that this, I used to be one of those people that thought, that a legal settlement would finally put this to rest, and now I'm in a different place, and the magazine is in a different place. We think that it's time to let this whole thing go, that deals have been made with other former champions that are all over the map, that people that committed the same doping offenses have been given immunity, that, the jerseys, if they're taken away from Lance Armstrong, are going to be given to people who've already been convicted of doping. Justice is just not on the table anymore. This is real something that's just a giant mess. And, maybe like in South Africa and Rwanda, where they had Truth and Reconciliation Committee, where the point was just to air what happened and move on. Maybe that's what cycling needs to do now.
All right, great analysis. We could talk for much more on this, but we're out of time, I'm afraid. Peter Flax, thanks very much.
Good.
Well, I suppose you